Good morning and welcome to Wednesday morning, February the 2nd. Twos are wild today, I guess. It's the second day of the second month in the year of 2022. So I don't know if that means anything, but just thought I'd point it out. Today's devotion is entitled In Memory of Her Love for Mark chapter 14, verses 1 through 9. And these lyrics are co-written with Sarah Hart. Now at last the time had come. The moment had been waiting. And with her alabaster jar, the woman came to give. It was all she had to give, pouring out the sweet perfume down across his forehead. But some of them began to fume. What this waste was for, it should be spent upon the poor. Let her be. This is beautiful to me. You will have the poor. They'll be with you always. But you can't see. You'll not always have me. The fragrance of her gift will always be remembered. She has done all she could do, pouring perfume on my body. She has prepared me for the tomb, even though she never knew. This is what she came to do. What she has done will never fade from the memory of the gospel. When it is preached around the world, it will be spoken of in memory of her love. It would be hard to find a place in the Gospels where so much occurs within the span of so few verses. Here is the opening of Mark 14. Here in the opening of Mark 14, we have Jesus sharing the intimacy of a meal, fellowship, the extravagant gift of Mary, the greatest commendation by Jesus for any disciple ever, the beginning of the plot by Judas. Jesus not simply quoting, but breathing the Hebrew Bible. All of this in 9 verses. What is easy to miss, because so much is going on, is Jesus' understanding of what he considers to be beautiful. Kalos, K-A-L-O-S, the Hebrew word or the Aramaic word in English letters. There seems to be an air of confusion in the room. It has been hanging around Jesus since they left for Jerusalem, just after Peter's great confession in Caesarea Philippi. Jesus is sad and keeps describing in increasing detail precisely what is going to happen to him once they arrive. They are selectively hearing only his references to thrones and their own ideas of what Messiah means, victory, overcoming Rome, and so forth. In the midst of the confusion, Mary presents her extravagant gift, a jar of perfume that was no doubt a family heirloom. After all, the single bottle was worth a year's wages, according to the disciples. The detail is that she breaks the bottle, not just the seal, but apparently the neck of the flask, and pours it on Jesus' head. It is extravagant, over the top, and it is her way of letting Jesus know how much she loves him. Then Jesus says it. She has done a beautiful thing to me. The Greek word is, as mentioned, kalos, and can be translated good, noble, lovely. The later rabbis valued the word so much that they made it into a loan word, simply transliterating it using Hebrew letters. Of course, that is not the word Jesus actually spoke, since Aramaic was most likely, his native language. Perhaps because they were in Judea, he spoke it in Hebrew, since it was more commonly spoken in the south. The Bible Society in Israel's Hebrew translation of this term in Mark uses good deed, ma'aseh tov. The word tov means good. Has a characteristic Hebrew depth of meaning going far beyond our simple idea of goodness. Beautiful is a fairly good translation. So in Jesus' mind, Mary's generous, extravagant, noble, lovely action is beautiful. Generosity is beautiful to him, as is sacrifice. And tenderness as well is beautiful to Jesus. And finally, beauty to him is legendary, in a sense. He says as much when he pronounces a legendary benediction over Mary. He says nothing remotely like this anywhere else or to anyone else. From now on, wherever the gospel is preached, what she has done will be told as a tribute to her. What is most memorable is not the offering of the expensive gift, but the love that inspired the action. What is most memorable is her love. The lyric note Michael Card shares, the fragrance of her gift will always be remembered. Though it is not the most powerful or poetic line in the song, he says, this lyric sums up both Mary's action and Jesus' memorializing it. It occurs roughly in the middle of the song, which is a good place to encapsulate the content. It was beautiful, Michael Card says. Yes, it was expensive. But what made it beautiful was the love, the sacrificial love with which she gave it. We're able to purchase expensive gifts for others. But what makes it valuable in the kingdom of Christ is, was it given sacrificially, and was it given with love? That's how Jesus gave himself to us at the cross, with love and with sacrifice, because no greater love has anyone for another than if he laid down his life for him. Let's work on making sure that our love for Jesus meets the standard of Mary's. Sacrificial. You won't get it back. Broken and spilled out for the love of you, Jesus. Blessings to you today. Let's love Christ with a sacrificial love.